sky, you see, things are clearing now. Everything is gonna be okay, even when it's not. All storms pass eventually. Know you have a lot. You got me, you got mom, got all the things that you've become. Me, you got mom, got a loving home where you're from. You got me, you got mom, so love your family. You only get one, only get one. Storm has passed, the time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. Storm is gone. Maybe it's not too long until you rest your head and get some sleep. Try to dream of something sweet.
How we doing, folks? It's been insane. It's been pretty insane. Yeah. And now we have a tornado risk for like Windsor, so in Essex County. 100-kilometer-an-hour wind gust potential with these storms. I'm going to show you them real quick. I am on generator power, so I'm like the only person that I was the only Friday morning after looking at the forecast. I was like the only person that was at like rental in Barrie. I'm like, you guys have any generators left? He's like, yeah, we have them all. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll take the 3,500 watt one. Yeah, that fits in the back of the car. And then I'm pretty sure people are scrambling, of course, to get generators right now. We're just so grateful that our sub pump was able to be powered by it. Of course, I be able to get the live stream up. I got the 3 monitors on it. I got my iPad. I'm running that on the stream. All my lights seem to be working fine. We've even got the fridge on it, and we've got a little space heater on it, and we got everybody's like iPads and phones plugged in. So, and I ran an extension cord up. There's extension cords going across the house right now, like 2 coming in like the basement window, and then like 2 power bars, and then like spread all around the house. So we even went to Canadian Tire. It was open in Barrie, and got a couple more extension cords. Most of them are gone. They were like wiped out. But we got a couple more extension cords. We made sure that the fish tank is good, so he's warm. And yeah, that's where we're at. We got a couple of lanterns and stuff. Hope everybody's staying safe and warm. It is bananas. Last night, my wife and I were just like, we're sitting there like watching a show, and then it was like huge crash. We're like, oh man, we like went outside and like made sure that we weren't under any trees. We did have a big cedar fall right against the house. So we have, I should probably bring up photos of that, but we literally have the trees all against the house right now, all like hanging off the side of the gazebo. The huge maple crashed in the backyard at the back and took out a bunch more cedars. So yeah, so there's that. It's been bananas. So, but we've got a little bit of a transition here. I know we're in ice storm mode for most of us, or at least a lot of central Ontario and eastern Ontario, and maybe parts of the GTA as well too. But yeah, then we have this line coming in from. We've got tornado warnings in Michigan here. By the way, on Instant Weather Pro now, we've got U.S. alert details, which is cool. So if I click on the U.S. alert, the meso discussion's taken over it. Man, there we go. So you can see a severe thunderstorm warning. Still got to tweak it a little bit, but we have details now for U.S. alerts, which is cool. So as they're coming in from the States, you can see like what the details are, which is nice. And yeah, but look at this line. Let me just swipe over here in Instant Weather Pro. Oh dear Lord. Oh my goodness. What are the winds here? 108 kilometers an hour. You can see at the very top right of my screen. What do we got here? 115 kilometers an hour in here. 122.4, 131.4. The wind gusts near Sunnyside, Michigan right now, heading over towards Taylor. And if I'm correct, this cluster Oh, there was a little bit of rotation right there too. You see that there's a little bit of a couplet there. Let's see. Yeah, there's a little bit of a little couplet there. Embedded rotation in here and intense like downburst level winds. That is going straight towards Windsor. Let me just hit play on the animation. Let's see. I mean, this is kind of rotating too. You can see it spinning around itself here. Did you see Detroit on the map? Because, we're using a map provider that takes population into account. So that is going straight towards Windsor, I think. It might be going a little bit to the north. It's trying to move this. It keeps extending this way, but it might just miss. That would be a good thing if this missed. Amanda S says, this is coming for West Gray. The main risk is going to be in deep southwestern Ontario. So I'll show you Environment Canada's severe thunderstorm watch. You can see it right here. You can see that we have severe thunderstorm watch there. It goes all the way down. It's a severe thunderstorm warning now for Essex County, Windsor, Essex County, Leamington, that whole area. So, but yeah, so there's no severe thunderstorm risk past that point. This is the main corridor here is going to be right here as these storms move in. We could see some strong wind gusts overnight spreading to the east. That's a big problem because, state of emergency in Aurelia. I heard state of emergency in Gravenhurst, I think it was. Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong. But, all these trees are just covered. Trees for this whole area, covered in ice. And if we get some big, strong winds tonight, that's going to be a problem. It was already just a little bit of gusty. Like every time we had the tiniest little gust last night, we heard trees crashing all over the place. And if we get some big, strong winds tonight, that's going to be a huge problem. It's going to be a big problem. Habs316, thank you so much for the super chat. Wow. Very kind of you. Really did not have to do that. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Oh boy. So, I mean, look at this thing. This is just nasty. If this hits Windsor, it's going to be a downburst city, if not possibly an isolated tornado. This does not look good. I mean, Windsor's right here, right? You can see it. So here's Windsor. Population takes over. So obviously Detroit takes over the wind. I think we can work on that. But I don't like the look of this at all. I don't like the look of this. This is heading right into Windsor. Damaging wind gusts for sure, and possible tornado risk on this one. I don't like the look of that. Let's switch to the other Detroit radar. Oh yeah, Detroit's like, yeah, rotation. Detroit is like, yeah, she's rotating. Oh boy. That's close enough. I'm going to do a polygon right now. Okay, I'm not wasting any time on this. Where's my other? I have so many windows open. Okay, find a window that doesn't have anything. This one? Yeah, this is the one. Okay. All right, I'm going to send a polygon right now. Rotation detected. I'm going to say minor rotation at this point. It's not minor, though. It's regular rotation. I think I'm going to go rotation detected for Windsor on this one already. Rotation, and wind risk. Probably. Trying to figure out my terms as we speak. I don't like the look of this storm at all. So yeah, so we're like in ice storm mode, and now we're like, hey, Windsor, we might have some problems here. I'm going to make it all the way over to Lakeshore, maybe Bell River. Should I include Bell River? Maybe. I'll go all the way to Bell River and up towards here. Okay, I'm going to do that area right there. It might be a little too, I don't know. It could turn to the east. So, okay, I'm going to do it. All right. Update. Here we go. Is this my first rotation polygon for 2025? It might be. It might just be. We'll see. Loading. Why is it taking so long to load? Uh-oh. I know Brennan's sending out a huge push notification right now, so that might be part of it. So let's see. We get a polygon with it yet? Loading. Oh, there it goes. Whew. Now's not a good time. Now's not a good time. Okay. Include locations. Here we go. So I'm going to go orange. Going orange. I'm going to say rotation and damaging winds detected. We've detected rotation and damaging wind gusts on this storm in Michigan. Tracking to the northeast towards Windsor, etc. Okay, and what time is it? It's 7. That was quick into the live stream to do a polygon. 7:22, and I've got the date here. Sunday, March 30th, 2025. Okay, looks good to me. I am going to send that now. Okay, it's sent. Oh boy. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Brandon, do you have Windsor added to your app? Can you let me know if that went through? Because I just got a JSON error that said too many connections to the database right now. Probably because you're sending that huge push. So I hope this still works. If not, I'll have to resend it. Yeah, I just got a too many connections error database. I know you're sending a massive push to that we're going live. To figure out how to make those separate. We've done a whole bunch of changes with our push notification system. So now's the time to iron out those details. But yeah, we've done some changes to really improve the speed on them. I see you're still getting live notifications. Okay, I hope it goes through. Please go through. Let me see if it's in the app. That's a good sign if it's in the app. And also in the comments, let me know. All right, if you're in Windsor, did you get that? Did you get that notification? Just still severe thunderstorm warning. Okay. That would be bad if I couldn't get that through. You got a live notification from the app. Okay, I think once those clear out, then this should do it. But they should be separate. I think the app is like super overwhelmed. We're gonna have to upgrade the database again. We just upgraded the database, and now we have to upgrade it again. The problem of too many folks in the app at once. That's not a bad problem. It's a good problem. If you do get the gray bar at the top that says like alert data unavailable, swipe over to a second location and then swipe back, and it might show up. But I'll see. Everybody's getting alert data unavailable. Ooh, that's not good. There's probably so many people looking at the app right now because of that notification. Yeah, I think the app is slammed at the moment. Oof. Anyways. I don't like the look of this storm, so that's an important thing that we need to clarify. I really, really don't like the look of it. Okay. Yeah, see, it takes a second, then it alert data unavailable. Yeah, and then like swipe to another location, like swipe to the side, and then swipe back. And that'll kind of like check it out. Amazing Person 3409, pocket of 147 kilometer an hour wind gust from a QLC spin up now by Detroit radar. Earlier, there was a gust over 150 measured on the ground from a weather station after a spin up passed over it. Oh boy. Nikki's got great terms. Don't be scared. Be prepared if a tornado strikes lowest floor of a sturdy building far away from windows and doors. Amazing advice. That's right. Definitely don't be scared. Be prepared. We've been saying that for years. I'm glad Ryan Hall says that now as well, too. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting alert data unavailable. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it now. Yeah, it just takes us sometimes a few times. You got to swipe back and forth. So many connections right now to the... Let's see here. Well, how come the location search isn't working? That should be fine. Let me see. Oh, boy. The app is slammed. Oh, boy. You know what we really need to do, Brennan, is we need to make it so if we do a live notification, no matter how many locations somebody has, it only sends them one. That would cut down on things so much. Signal to Noise Online says, been looking for a Ryan Hall style channel for Canada. So glad I found this one. We've been around since, we've been live streaming since 2015. And I think Ryan started in 2022. So we've been doing it a few years before him, but he's obviously awesome. He's got some great stuff going on for the States. So, and the States is pretty wild. I mean, this is nonstop weather there. So, yeah, everybody's saying their alert bar is having problems. Ooh boy, I think we've overwhelmed the alert bar here. Well, I'll have to wait for a minute, see if it calms down. I might have to restart the main server instance. Let's see here. Kelso says it's more than likely going to miss Windsor and head to the lake. I really hope so. I really sincerely hope so. Let's see. It's still, it's going to be close. It could definitely clip. Let's see. Yeah, but it's still pushing a little bit east. It could definitely clip like the very, very edge of Windsor. I'm going to try that notification again. I don't know if it went through. I don't think so, but I'm going to try. Let's see here. But I know things are pretty overwhelmed right now. Oh, Brennan's switching our... There we go. He'll figure it out. Brennan's trying to make our display. There we go. And now he's going to stick me in a little corner, and I'm going to be nice and small. Okay, there we go. It was nice that I was large for a while, but now I'm small. Ah, boy. Well, this is growing pains with the new notification system, and that's okay. We'll get there. Hopefully, folks are watching the live stream, and yeah, we have to figure out. I think we need to upgrade the database, big time. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to message our dev team right now, and I'm going to see how long that would take. We might go down for like 10 minutes or something, but it'd be better than the experience that everybody's having right now. Yeah, messaging him right now. It's like one of our devs. Everything overwhelmed at the moment I wrote. Alert bar not showing up. Errors on push notifications. Massive viewership at the moment. He says we're getting so many email warnings or email notifications of errors. How would a database upgrade fix this? And if so, how long would that take to go live? Is what I'm writing to my dev at the moment. Oof, 30 minutes. Be bad. Okay, being down for 30 minutes would be unacceptable right now. So let's see here. Let me see if I can make that notification go through again. So let me see. Nathan says, I'll be honest, it's not just your app. I've noticed a lot of apps and websites are giving me issues the last few hours. Yeah. Seems to be a fairly big problem. Right now it looks more like damaging winds from what I can tell. Let's see here. Let's go back to radar and let's take a look at correlation coefficient. See if we can see any debris signatures with it. I mean, damaging winds aren't great, but it'd be better than tornado. Let's see here. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes damaging winds are even worse. Let's see here. Correlation coefficient. Do we see any debris signatures? We don't. So it looks like a very strong damaging wind signature at the moment. What's going on with this? No, I think it's mainly a wind risk from what I can tell at this point in time. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's not going to have correlation because it doesn't have it on that radar. There we go. Yeah, this is really strong winds. It looks like it might just miss Windsor into Detroit. Like the strongest stuff, the 108, 113. It's like so friggin' close. That is so close. Look at this. That might just miss Windsor. That would be good. Especially when our notification system is giving me a hard time. That would be good. Yeah, it looks like it's going to go right through Detroit, though. So if you're in Detroit at the moment, not going great. Look at these wild photos. I mean, I've got some wild photos, too, from, we had to go the entire today. So on the way there, we just saw, like, trees down everywhere. It was just, like, roads blocked. It was bananas. How's everybody doing? Let me know in the comments if you're doing all right. Are you staying warm? Oh, Amazing Person 3409. We love you so much. Watching from the Windsor live camera, the line itself looks elevated. Okay, that's good. Which one? The one down on that, what is it right here? Is it down here, the Detroit River? Is that the Detroit River camera? The storm is not missing Windsor, but the really, really, really strong wind signature and this rotation signature looks like it may miss Windsor. Alan says, I lived through the 98 ice storm. This is not as bad. Yeah, the 98 ice storm was like 5 days of freezing rain. This was 3, but it's still brutal. Still brutal. The one from Windsor facing Detroit. Oh, okay. Oh, I missed a super chat question. I'll find it 1 second here. Okay. Hey, Adam, question for you. What's the difference between correlation coefficient and echotops? Is it possible to add echotops to Instant Weather Pro? Echotops will be added to Instant Weather Pro. Correlation coefficient shows you if there's a debris signature. And yeah, I don't like that rotation there, going right through Detroit. That could be we could have a little tornado going right through Detroit right now. We'll see what the NWS does with that. They might tornado warn it. We'll see. Yeah, so echotops is showing you how tall is the storm. Basically, what you can kind of adjust echotops to say like, where do you want to see, like at what level of precipitation do you want to see? But echotops is really good at showing you if storms are like 60,000 feet tall and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, echotops are great to kind of see like what storm is really shooting up high and has a lot of vertical stretching potential. So echotops is great for that. Correlation coefficient is more like, is there debris near the ground? So it's really good for that. It's also good for like, is this bugs? Is this bats? Is this birds? Is this rain? Is this hail? It's great for that stuff too. But in the purpose of tornado tracking, is there a debris ball? Is there a debris signature? So that's correlation coefficient. Echotops is how big is the storm? Is it like the biggest, nastiest storm in the line? It can really give you a good idea on that kind of stuff. And yes, we definitely will be adding echotops to Instant Weather Pro this summer, I would think. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at these. These are brutal. I'm glad these aren't happening in Ontario right now, but they are happening in Michigan. This could be multiple pockets of rotation. Look at 11% tornado risk here on IW storm risk. 11% on that one. What's this one at? 4. Yeah, these look pretty nasty. What's this one at? 2. And I'm surprised there's not a polygon around this. That's kind of shocking, actually. What's that coming from? Is that coming from that Detroit? Okay, let me go back to Detroit airport radar. And yeah, the strongest part of this, I mean, Windsor's getting some pretty big winds right now. It could, if it's elevated, that would be great. Actually, you know what we can do? Let me do this in the background here. I'm going to go take a look at any stations in Windsor. 1 second here. I want to see if any of the stations are showing strong gusts. They may or may not be. We'll see. Windsor Airport, I guess, is the closest one. And what's it showing for wind gusts? It's maxing out at 42.5. Right now it's down to... Oh, it got up to 50 at one point. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oof. That was a big sneeze. Okay. You know what? I'm kind of actually glad that notification didn't go through because the rotation went north of Windsor. So that actually worked out pretty good. It would have been pretty bad if the rotation was going directly towards Windsor. That would have been rough. But thankfully, it looks like it skirted just north of the international border. Wow. That was close. Jack says they are saying, I'm not sure who they are, but they are saying there won't be a tornado Windsor. I don't think so, no. At least not from this particular cell. And I don't think we're expecting more than this main line based on model data, but I can double check. But yeah, oh, that was close. That was close. Oh my goodness. You don't see that every day. Let's see here. Look at the damage. Thank you, by the way. If you are on Facebook, if you are sending reports on Ontario storm reports, we're almost at 500,000 folks on that group now. It's insane. 500,000 folks on, or close to, I think it's like 490. If you are on Facebook and you're not on that group, you might want to get on there. It's like the best place to see community reports and to share your own reports and get them out to the community as fast as possible. So you can head over to Facebook, search for Ontario Storm Reports, and you'll be able to find that. An ASOS station reported 101 kilometer an hour gust in Taylor, Michigan from that pocket just past north of the border. Oof. Ouch. It's rough. Where did you see that? Where are you seeing that station report? Amazing person. Did you see that on, was it Wonderground maybe, or were you looking somewhere else? Oh boy. Let's see here. I think it was all those push notifications for the live stream. There's a place called Sandwich. Yeah. Sandwich, Ontario. Or is it? No, that might be a community in Windsor. Is that a community in Windsor? Oreo Cat pointing out that there's a place on the map right now called Sandwich. Sandwich. Let's see. Yeah, that might be a community within Windsor, I think. Yeah, I think that's a community in Windsor. Does anybody live in the Sandwich community in Windsor? You're sandwiched between Detroit and LaSalle. That's where you're sandwiched. Detroit and LaSalle. Sandwiched right in between. It's in West Windsor, says Mel. Awesome. Oh, cell towers having problems. Couldn't make calls this morning. Yeah, my I got an email from Bell that was like service interruption. So because of what I do, we've got Rogers and Bell, so we need both so that I can be up the live stream. So thankfully we had Rogers. I was actually I was hotspotting from, so my wife's got Rogers on her phone and I've got Bell on mine, so that we have both networks. So I was hotspotting from hers to mine. Yeah, it looks like that really, really strong pocket has gone right towards the Detroit airport. I wonder if Detroit airport has the has a wind gust read from that because it went like almost right over it, really close. But yeah, if you're northeastern Detroit, it's a pretty nasty looking storm that just missed Windsor. So that is good. Let's see here. Georgia says, will this get weaker before hitting Niagara? Yeah, for sure. Niagara is going to be fine from this. You're going to be all right. Oh, that's the smaller Detroit airport. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's the smaller one. That's, what was it again? There's actually a tiny little bit of rotation right there. DET is the word. So obviously there's another Detroit airport. There must be two. Oh, is this one down? There's DTW. Oh, Detroit Metropolitan Airport. So it's probably the bigger one, right? And then this is just a little, probably more like Billy Bishop or something. Little charter one. Sandwich is the older area of Windsor. Okay. When's Chatham getting hit, says Core. Good question. Lights just flickered in Brockville, says Ashley. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's going up there. That's still heading in our general direction. So it might hit kind of south of Sarnia. So we're going to be watching that closely as it tracks. But yeah, things have been pretty bananas. Look at these reports though beside me. Side note, if you're watching this on your phone like this, turn your phone to the side and the live stream will be so much bigger. You'll be able to actually see some detail in those photos beside me. Alternatively, you can always put it on your TV, but if you don't have power, that's going to be hard. But if you do have power, you put it on your TV, just go to YouTube and search instant weather. Even like if you got like Rogers, you just press the microphone and say, YouTube instant weather. Make sure you really separate the words like that. YouTube instant weather, and it'll come up. Or if you have Bell, I'm sure there's like the same thing. I'm sure there's like some sort of microphone button now on Bell. Does anybody have Bell TV that can confirm that? If there's like a microphone like the way Rogers has it, I'm pretty sure that they've got it now too. We only have Rogers for TV stuff. Let's see here. Somebody said they're in LaSalle, and it's not bad at all. So you know what? Amazing Person 3409 might be correct on this one, that these are elevated. Elevated is good. Further from the surface. Yeah, look at those winds, though. Man, they just missed Windsor, 120.6 kilometers an hour. I mean, even if those are elevated, if any of that reaches towards the surface, you can have trees coming down. It could be strong. Speaking of trees coming down, was anybody inside of this ice storm besides me? Let me know in the live stream. Let me know in the live stream if you have no power. If you have no power, let us know. Let me know. David says, I'm in St. Clair Shores, Michigan, and it's calm right now. St. Clair Shores. Where exactly is that? St. Clair Shores. Oh, yeah. Well, you're fine. I mean, there's nothing there yet. It's just south of you. It's going to come real close. I don't know exactly where you are in St. Clair Shores. If you're southern St. Clair Shores, this could get pretty nasty. If you're down near Grosse Pointe Woods, Harper Woods, it looks pretty nasty. I mean, the U.S. details on that are pretty strong. Let's see what the U.S. warning says. Yada, 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 yada. 70 mile per hour wind gusts are possible. Yeah, that's what they're saying from the National Weather Service in the States here on that particular cell. So Harper Woods, Grosse Pointe Woods, and maybe southern St. Clair Shores. But right now it would be calm because there's literally nothing going on. Northern St. Clair Shores, sirens just went off. What are your sirens going off for? Was a tornado warning issued? Let me hit refresh in Instant Weather Pro. 9% tornado risk on that line. Let's see here. That is a pretty nasty looking line. Yeah, there's a little bit of rotation in there. And kind of right up towards you. Yep. Uh-huh. Let me just take a look at something on my iPad. Oh boy, it's been a day. I've been running extension cords everywhere. Oh, but just so grateful we got a generator. We rented one. We don't actually have one because we're on the hospital grid in Barrie. So normally, you mean like the big ice storm back in 2016 for Barrie? There was like arcing power lines everywhere. There's trees coming down, and our power never went out. So, I'm always like, do we need a generator? Do we not? And I'm like, this one just looked brutal on the models. Like 3 days of freezing rain. It just looked brutal. So I was like, you know what? Ended up being, I went to Barrie Rental there. We're not sponsored by them or anything. I just went over there. I think Kevin was the guy. He's pretty nice. And it was like $80 a day, and Sunday was free. So $80 for Friday, $80 for Saturday, and Sunday was free. I was like, $160 just in case this, the models verify. The thing that could happen sometimes is like it says bad ice storm and then ends up being all ice pellets. We've had that before, right? It's like bad ice storm and then it's just all ice pellets, and it's almost like it snowed. You just have to like shovel ice pellets, That has happened before. And I was talking to Dr. Sills about this event right before it happened, and he goes, I've seen this happen before and it was ice pellets. But he's like, but it looks pretty bad. I'm like, but if it's ice pellets, then, it won't be as bad. But then we talked recently, and he's like, it looks like the forecast is pretty much bang on. I'm like, yeah, it looked like it for sure. We're getting sirens in Ann Arbor as well, too. Oh, boy. So here's a Cut says, hey, Adam, just wondering if you can run that app that shows the storm in 3D. I would if I wasn't running off a gas generator right now, because when I crank up VirtuWeather, it's going to eat up another 200 watts or something it's going to crank up my NVIDIA graphics card, and it's going to really use a lot of power. And we're trying to run the fridge, a space heater, all the stuff off this 3,500 watt generator. So it's basically running everything we need right now in the house. So, so I'm not going to crank on VirtuWeather at the moment because I have a feeling, even if I just played a regular video game, you play a video game or you load that up, which is basically like a video game, and you're definitely going to use more power while you're watching it. The fog, by the way, Kennedy K says Barrie's really foggy. Yeah, the fog is wild now. I can hear the generator out there. It's working hard, but it's hanging on. It's hanging on. Lots of trees down in Barrie. Yeah, Barrie's pretty demolished. Aurelia's state of emergency. They're even worse because they were just slightly colder. So with Barrie, Saturday, it felt like a lot of it was just rain. It wasn't really. It was dripping off. When it's pure freezing rain where you see it fall, but it doesn't actually fall off the surface. But with Saturday in Barrie, in the north end of Barrie here, it was just hitting surfaces and falling to the ground. So it was like, ooh, maybe it's not as bad. Maybe we were towing the line between freezing rain and just rain. We were in the middle of that. But there's just been so much of it, and then it started to dip a little colder, and now just trees are falling everywhere. If I go outside right now, I wait 30 seconds and I can hear a tree fall. It's just although now it's a lot of the ice because it's warming up, so a lot of the ice is just falling off the trees. Bright Forecast Sarnia says, does Sarnia look like it's going to get the damaging winds? It's possible. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. Really appreciate it. And thanks to the super chat from before. Thank you kindly. This line is heading that way. Let's take a look at the animation here. And we're not using Instant Weather Pro, by the way. If you want to see pretty much the most detailed and powerful radar suite in Canada, head over to instantweatherpro.com and you can subscribe to that, and Teresa will send you the instructions for it. And the mobile app version is like pretty much done. We're like ready. So if you subscribe to the website version, which will run on pretty much any device, you'll also have access to the app version when it comes out. I only think we're like a couple weeks, maybe less. We're pretty much done. We've tested it. It works good. I think we're just going to go ahead and launch it. So Instant Weather Pro finally coming to the Instant Weather app this spring. Sweet. That's exciting. But that's instantweatherpro.com. It's like $100 a year, $99 for the year. And which works out to like, I don't know. What does that work out to? $10, $11 a month or something. My math's terrible on it. I don't know the exact numbers on it. But huge thank you to those who have subscribed. If you cannot afford to subscribe to Instant Weather Pro, we totally understand. And we have an amazing free app. So you can always download our free app. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. It's free. It's amazing when it's working. Is it working right now? I don't know. I just got a message from our dev team. So hold on, let me see. Look at this. I love live dev team feedback here. One sec. Where did it go? Oh, upgrading to DBM5 2X large. That's a big one. Oof, nice. How long would we be down for? We are upgrading. Real-time upgrading. I mean, if we are down for a little bit, it's still better than being a crappy experience all night. So I'd kind of rather be down for like 10, 15. If you said 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to say go for it. I think he already went for it. I didn't even give him the go ahead. He just went and did it. So the app might actually be down for like 15 minutes while we upgrade our database. Let's see here. Let's see if it's down. I'm going to load it up on. Okay. I mean, it's working, but it says loading alerts. That's not working. So maybe that is down. But hey, you know what? What's the snow from? Oh, from Timmins. Yeah, Timmins is getting a bunch of snow. We got all the seasons today, everybody. We got all of them. It's classic Ontario spring. In the south, it's 20 Celsius and tornadoes, and in the north, it's snow, and somewhere in between, it's freezing rain. We've got every single season today. Jeez. Nightburn says, when is the Google Play Store subscription option coming? That is coming quite soon. The Android one's going to take a little bit longer. It's been a little bit more tricky for some of the integration, but we've tested the iPhone one and the iOS and the iPad one. It's working solid. Justin says upgraded. I think he just did it. I don't even think he asked. I think he's like upgrading to DBM5 2X large. That's an expensive database, but that's okay. You folks are worth it. You should see. You should see our hosting bill is unbelievable. The server bill every month is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, but it's okay. It's okay. We want to keep this app going. Your subscriptions help so much, by the way. If anybody has the Instant Weather app and you subscribe to remove ads or to upgrade the radar to get like 5 hours of future radar, those subscriptions are critical. If it wasn't for you subscribing to the app would literally go under. We'd have to kill it. There's no way it would survive. We've done the math. It's like if we took away the subscriptions, we would lose thousands and thousands of dollars every month on the app. We just literally run it to go out of business is what would happen. So you offset that by all of your subscriptions. So if you subscribe to our Instant Weather app, please give yourself a round of applause, because you're not just for you, but you're allowing everybody else who is using the app for free to be able to use it. Because the little ad bar at the bottom, it does not cover. It covers like a third or a fifth maybe of the costs of having everybody who uses it for free to use it. So if you subscribe to our app, not only are you getting an upgrade experience for yourself, not only are you allowing the app to live and survive, you're allowing other people to use the app for free. So a huge thank you to all those who are doing that. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. See, Nathan says something what I actually disagree with. He says, petition to replace Environment Canada with Instant Weather. No, we don't want to be Environment Canada. We want there to be separate entities. It makes way more sense to have, like, why would you put it all in one? Because nothing's perfect, right? I really don't like the look of this. It's better to have separate groups, like, looking at the same thing, and you can get information from. We share Environment Canada's information, and we share, our own rotation updates and these type of things as well too. So having the ability to have multiple groups that are completely independent of each other, not integrated at all. The only way that we're integrated with them is that we share their alerts. So if their alerts go down, but then you still have, our custom updates for like rotation detected and that type of thing. So I actually prefer that they're separate. We also don't want the red tape that comes with it and blah, 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 blah. Two completely different groups. Environment Canada does a great job, and we're just trying our best to complement what they do. I think that makes a lot of sense. So I appreciate the flattered by the idea that would make sense to you, but no, we definitely want it to be separate groups. They have to do so much stuff that has nothing to, like our focus is like tornadoes, severe weather. That's it. Whereas Environment Canada has to do so much other stuff. They have to work on regular forecasts for general weather. They have to maintain, like they've got groups and groups and groups of people that maintain all these different weather stations and all of this stuff. It's like, we want none of that. We just want to focus entirely on tornadoes, severe weather. That's it. That's like our thing. So we want to do that. Oh, by the way, on a side note, I've got a nice thing to show you. I mean, if you like snow days, then I've got a nice thing to show you. Here you go. Here's Brennan's ice day forecast. Normally snow day, but in this particular case, ice day. If you're in the purple, your school is already canceled for tomorrow. You can basically see with this map who got hammered by this ice storm. Simcoe Central, Simcoe South, Simcoe West, Simcoe North, South Muskoka, North Muskoka, Halliburton, Trillium. Hold on, let me make this full screen so I can get a better read on it. Let me see here. There we go. Okay. Peterborough, of course, they got really, really, really bad. What else here? KPR and PVNC. KPR, PVNC. North CKL, is it? CKL? I might be reading that wrong. It's kind of fuzzy from I only have like a small screen here. And then in pink, we're talking, if you look at our legend, so you have, oh, by the way, thanks for changing the screen setup, Brendan. I forgot to even think about that. So if you're in the green, it's ho no, means if you're in gray, it's do your homework. This is Brennan's only map where he actually mentions what gray means. It would be sweet if you did it on the other maps. Anyways, so gray, do your homework. Green is ho no, which is like 5 to 10%, 10 to 25% chance of bus cancellations. Spoon under your pillow is a little superstition thing that might help your chances. It probably doesn't, but can't hurt unless the spoon literally hurts. 25 to 50% is yellow for cross your icicles. I see, because you made it the ice day map, so cross your. Normally it's cross your shovels, but I guess in this case, take 2 icicles and cross them. I don't know, but don't go out and try to find icicles. This is actually not good advice, because right now, if you go try to find icicles, you might pull a branch down on a tree, and that could be bad. So just don't cross your icicles. Cross your shovels. Brendan, please, let's put the shovels on there. 50 to 75, flip a coin. Is orange, and that would be like Ottawa's orange, Hanover's orange, Owen Sound, Bruce Peninsula, and then 75 to 90% chance, put your pajamas inside out. That's a safe thing to do, unless you get entangled, but put your pajamas inside out. That is red, and we're talking Dufferin as well as Renfrew. Looks like Cornwall as well, areas in extreme eastern Ontario, Pembroke and Petawawa as well. And then we go to pink, and he's got Ice Baby, which obviously, it's a good play on Vanilla Ice's song. But pink means you're pretty much getting a snow day tomorrow, an ice day, quote unquote. And then we have purple, which is they already sent out notifications. It's already canceled. So if you're in purple, my son's gonna be happy about that. Already canceled. He gets an ice day tomorrow. But yeah, everybody in pink, pretty much really, really strong chances that you're going to have a snow day tomorrow. And in red, still pretty good chances. So we'll see. Red is Meaford as well, too, and Dufferin. Yep. Okay. Richmond, Michigan, just southwest of Sarnia. Looks like rotation starting to ramp up. Can you check, please? Yeah, I'm going to take a look at that right now. I'm looking at it on my main screen, even though I'm looking at this image back here. So let's jump back to radar, and let's see. By the way, in Instant Weather Pro, you can swipe back and forth. So rain, wind, rain, wind, rain, wind, rain, wind, rain, wind. Try to say that 5 times fast. Here we go. Rain, wind, rain, wind, rain, rain, rain. No, it's impossible. You can't do it. If you can do it, let me know. But yeah, It's looking pretty rough. This is a pretty rough looking storm here. Did I miss some super chats? I may have. Jessica Cusino? Cusino? I said that terribly wrong. I'm sorry. Just joined. How is Sarnia looking? Sarnia is looking like it's going to be some pretty strong winds, possibly. It doesn't look very nice. We're going to check that out right now. And yeah, that's the super chats that I missed. Okay. So let's take a look here. Okay. So we're on let's go to the radar that's further away. Yeah, it's hard. The Canadian radar is pretty messy. It's pretty big distance here. 2% tornado risk on that storm on Instant Weather Pro. Machine learning based rotation detected algorithms here. And it looks like, yeah, that right near Richmond, yeah, I don't know if that's rotation, but it's definitely, that's kind of starting to look like a little bit of rotation. Let me go take a look at, yeah, no, it's mainly winds at this point. There's a little tiny bit of embedded rotation there, but we could have some pretty strong winds head into Sarnia with the storm. So we will watch for that. What a Basket says, paid and don't know how to load. Can you clarify what you're referring to? Rose Black says, cool, I finally get to catch you live. Is there anybody actually going to be driving around in this stuff that's going to be streaming live? I don't think streaming live, but I know Mark Robinson from the Weather Network and Dr. Sills are down together in Windsor area. So I don't know if they're going to try to blast north. I don't like the look of that. Hopefully that's just some convergence. Oh yeah, it looks fine on the closer radar. That looked weird for a second. It almost looked like rotation. Let me just animate that. What was that all about? Let's see here. That's multiple frames. This might be some elevated rotation right here. Let's go to tilt 2. Come on, tilt 2. Yeah, tilt 2 is a mess. Okay. If you subscribe to Instant Weather Pro and you haven't received instructions yet, Teresa will be sending them out shortly. She has to do them in order, so if other people subscribe first, but she'll be sending out the instructions shortly for. So make sure to check your spam folder and just give it a minute, and Teresa will be sending them out. I'll go double check in the comments and make sure Teresa is sending them out. 1 sec. She says her lights are flickering right now at her house. Not a good sign. So subscribe quickly if you can, so she can send it out before her power goes out. I'm going to message her. Are you able to send out IW Pro emails before your power goes out? All right. I just asked her in our team chat. Hopefully she's able to. Suds coming in saying Instant Weather Pro is amazing. Thanks so much, Suds. Appreciate it. We've been working super hard on it, and there's lots of great stuff coming to it. So Wine says, are we doing live on Facebook anymore? We will, but we're only going to do it if it's like bad. Like if we go live on Facebook, then you know things are going to be pretty bad. I mean, obviously the ice storm's bad, but we're talking more like, if we have a tornado report, we know it's on the ground, or we have really strong rotation going towards, population, and we know that it's looking really, really bad. That'll be the time we light up the Facebook stream. So for the most part, we're actually trying to build up our YouTube channel. By the way, we just hit 30,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So yay. Thank you so much to everybody who has helped us get to that point. We're really trying to build up the YouTube subscriber count there, because, we got to diversify ourselves. We don't want to be entirely reliant on Meta, entirely reliant on Facebook. We want to kind of spread things around a little bit, because you never know what can happen. So so we really appreciate it if you can come over and subscribe to us on YouTube. We are also live streaming on Twitch, and we have a great community on Twitch as well too. So if you don't want to do YouTube, you can always come over to twitch.tv and search for Instant Weather. And that would be very, very useful. We really appreciate it. So, but yeah, if we go live on Facebook, things are rough. We're not going to go live on Facebook for nothing. Either that or something really fun, like we're doing something fun with the community. That would be a different story. But if we're going to go live on Facebook, it's going to be bananas. Thank you so much, Smith. Appreciate your help. Thank you kindly. T-Mile says tornado risk for Windsor. I don't think so anymore. There was earlier, but I don't think it passed to the north, and I don't think it's going to be too significant. So Alan said, big wedge ripping the neighborhood apart kind of bad. Yeah, I mean, obviously that would be bad. A new member, by the way, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. You can actually subscribe. Not subscribe on YouTube just means following the account. And then you can become a YouTube member. And that's what Mr. D-Train Games just became a new member of our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Melissa has a good point. She says there's 1.9 thousand people watching on YouTube at the moment, but there's only 300 likes on the live stream. She says, make sure you click the button to help the team and the algorithm. Yeah. If you click the like button on our live stream, the more people that do that, the more the YouTube robot that decides who gets to see our live stream is going to say, oh, a lot of people are liking this live stream, and then it'll start promoting it to more people. So if you want our live stream to get even bigger and bigger and bigger, and the word to get out to more and more and more people, then please click like on our live stream, or even share it. You could share it to a friend and say, hey, this is a cool live stream, check it out. If you do that, that would be helpful. ADHD Mumbrain says, YouTube is awesome. Congrats for all the subs. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. 30K is a pretty big number. It's pretty wonderful. And we'd like that to keep growing. Yeah, pretty wild. Oh, Virginia just became a member. Thank you so much, Virginia. Virginia J. Thank you kindly. Jennifer says, congrats on your 30,000 members. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Much, much, much obliged. Thank you kindly. Joel says on Radarscope, the severe thunderstorm warning is a polygon based on storm-based warning. No, I think their polygon is broken. I don't think it's storm-based warning. Their polygon's actually incorrect. From what I can tell, I'm pretty sure it's incorrect. And the reason I'm saying this is because Environment Canada just announced they were going to do storm-based warnings this year, and they've actually postponed that till 2026 because there were some problems with it. So they are not doing storm-based warnings this season like we thought they were going to. So yeah, no, I just think the polygon in there, I just think their polygon's broken. I'm pretty sure that's not. I'm pretty confident that that's not the actual polygon. So, Bright Forecast just became a member. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. And BROK341 Brock 341. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Just became a new member as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, so I do need to go take a look at this storm here. Give me 1 second. Okay, it's right in front of me. There we go. So yeah, still seeing some pretty strong winds on this. This is Instant Weather Pro at the moment we're watching, and still seeing some pretty darn strong winds on this storm. We're upgrading our database right now, so the alerts will be down in the app just for a second, but then we should be coming back. The Weather Cat, I love your name, by the way, the Weather Cat. Adam, have you seen the crazy storm in the USA? Yeah, the US has been pretty nuts today as well, too. It's been a lot to keep track of today, from trees covered in ice falling all over my neighborhood to me running extension cords all over the house from the generator I rented to keep the power on, to all the chaos that's happening right now in the US, and of course these storms coming into southwestern Ontario. It has been a day. It's been a day. Alex says, is London safe? We good? London's fine for right now. These storms will come your way, but they're probably weaken as they move to the northeast. So, but we'll continue to watch them closely just to make sure. We're just going to make sure. There'll be some gusty winds in there, but nothing too significant at the moment. Sarnia looks like it's going to be gusty winds. I'm not seeing anything too significant as far as rotation is concerned at this point. There is a little bit of something going on there. Southeast of Emmett, Michigan, west of Kimball, Michigan. But that little pocket looks like it should miss to the north of Sarnia, barely. Neil Klassen coming in, or Neil Klassen coming in as a new member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Love your profile image there. Awesome. See here. Yeah, something. That's a pretty strong little cell there, but it looks like it's just going to miss Sarnia. This part of it is actually going to probably hit Sarnia. The tornado risk has gone down to 0.01 on machine learning. Let's see here. Neil says, thanks, no problem. Karen says, how long are you going to be live? Well, I mean, until the generator goes out. I just filled it up with gas. I filled up a 20 liter. Yeah, I filled up a 20 liter jerry can, and I had another 10 liter that was almost full. And so I put most of the 10. It ran. You know what? It ran for so long. I was shocked how long it ran without needing gas. In fact, it never quit. I just decided it's been running for so long that I turned it off and put gas back in it. And it took a lot of gas to fill it up. So I think it was pretty close to toast. But it ran from like 7:30 this morning until I just filled it up like an hour ago. So it ran for 12 hours. Pretty good. That's pretty good on the tank of gas that it came with. So I was quite impressed, actually. There's a little bit of something going on with these cells here, but precipitation's not really super organized. It's kind of messy here. Let's see what's going on down in Essex County. Nothing too exciting. Let's load up Cleveland radar and see. By the way, our US radar works so much better now in Instant Weather Pro. It's like so much better. So it's nice to be able to see those. Yeah, everything is looking pretty weak. This little Lakeshore cell, kind of interesting, but that's from the Cleveland radar. Oh, we just got a new radar update. Let's see here. The velocity takes a little bit longer, I think, than the reflectivity. I've seen another app say delay the reflectivity till the velocity is ready, but we just give you the newest data lately as soon as possible. Let me just click off Cleveland, see if it loads. Yeah, it's probably still waiting for it. We could change that though, so we use the most current velocity and use that instead. I think that's probably a better user experience. Anywho, velocity being wind data for those who don't know. But thank you to the 1,775 people that are watching right now. Appreciate it. Appreciate you hanging out. Hopefully you've got power, but I know many of you don't, and you're not draining your battery on your phone just to watch our live stream. But I mean, if you were just going to be on your phone anyways, then that's okay. I don't know if people are going out to their car to charge their phone. I could see that happening if you don't have a generator. I mean, your car's kind of a generator in that regard. I don't know if idling it for a long time is a good idea, but let's see here. Oh, Alibug coming in with a super chat, with a membership. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go down here. Oh, another new member, Joan Cunningham, coming in as a YouTube member. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joan. We appreciate it. Anything crazy in Mississauga tonight? I don't think so. You might see some storms. I don't think anything too bananas. Person in the mirror says, currently sitting in the dark, listening to ice and branches continuing to fall now and then. I wasn't too concerned when I looked at the future stuff for Peterborough on the app because the worst seemed to be over, and I thought it was just cleanup, but are we able to get hit with more? A lot of it is going to be the melting and the ice coming down, and you might still have some trees falling down. But I think the precipitation is going to ease off a little bit. My main concern is the fact that this is a pretty windy little front. It is elevated, but it could bring some winds. And you push those winds into an area where it's completely caked in ice and the trees are about to break. There's a lot of trees out there that are like, I've held up so far, but I'm right on the edge of breaking. And if you bring these winds and some more precipitation, which is what we're seeing, a big line of precipitation and strong winds. Let me animate this here for you. That's going to push through and make probably enough gusty winds that I think we're going to have some more tree damage tonight. That's going to be a problem. Gigi says, chance of school bus cancellations tonight. We already did it. We already showed you. It's right here. Purple means you're already canceled. Pink means you're probably going to be canceled. Our best guess is that you're going to be canceled. Brennan's best guess. Red means probably. There's a little chance you might not. Orange is 50-50. Yellow is probably not. Blue is I don't think so. And green is no, I don't think it. And gray is just do your homework because you're going to school. So, yeah, that is that. You can always check that out if you go to instantweather.ca, our website. You can check out that map that I'm showing you right here in more detail. And with Brennan's detailed write-up as well, too. let's go back to Instant Weather Pro and let's keep an eye on this storm. ADHD Mumbrain says, even though you're not talking about my area at all, we only got rain in St. Catharines. Still want to watch and support the team. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you kindly. Yeah, St. Catharines got off pretty easy, I think, compared to what's happening to the north for sure. I love VSIKUR says, love my no ad 15-minute radar subscription to the Instant Weather app. Best tool. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I wonder how that upgrade's going. I should check in with my dev team. I think he's already deep into it, so might as well go for the upgrade. Let's just do it. Let's just upgrade the app. Why not? Real-time upgrades. Let's go for it. Strong wind gusts in Algonac, Michigan. Strongest gusts might be pushing 80 kilometers an hour. We don't need those here. We do not need those here. Karen Owen coming in as a YouTube subscriber. Thank you so much, Karen. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Mike coming in with a super chat. Guessing Guelph will be a non-event tonight. I mean, you're going to see this line. Like, I mean, look at this storm line. Like, you're going to see it. You can just watch it coming. Guelph's up here. It's coming. You're going to get some rain. There might be some lightning in there, maybe a little bit, but mostly rain. Mostly rain and some gusty winds. Feather Beast, cool name, coming in with a new membership. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see here. Just scrolling down through the comments here. Alan coming in with a super chat. I run my Dino Age Jenny off 18.9 liter pail. Nice. That works. I mean, hey, you know what? Some of those Dino Age Jennies, we got a Dino Age sub pump, and that thing is still cooking strong. So, what do they say? They don't build them like they used to. Sometimes that old stuff, it might not be the most efficient, but sometimes it's like a tank and it just won't die. So, what are the current winds associated with the storm front, says Sharon. They're not seeing anything too strong. I mean, they might be elevated, so you might see some 50, 60 gusts in there. I think we heard that there might be an 80 kilometer an hour gusts in Michigan on this line, so it could see maybe some 80s. Hopefully sub-severe, but we'll see. We will see. Push the button, says Suds. Suds is always like, do the live update now. Go for it. The Weather Cat says, how's that storm game going? It's going great. I'd show it to you right now, but I'm on a generator that is 3,500 watts. So it's got some juice, but it's running the fridge. It's running a space heater. It's running all of our iPads and devices. It's running my computer, 3 monitors, this iPad, all of my lights, the camera. It's running a fish tank. And so if I don't want to push it, because if I load up VirtuWeather, it's going to crank up my graphics card and probably pull another 100 or 200 watts. So I'm like, I think I'm just going to not do VirtuWeather today, just because I don't have the power for it. I don't want to stress that generator out. She's holding strong. I can hear it out there. It's loud. She's holding strong. Oh, the alert bar seems to be working in the app again. Oh, well then maybe we're back up. Let me see. I'm going to restart the app. Oh, it worked for me too. Okay, let's see. I'm restarting the app. If it's being problematic, just restart the app. Oh, it's working nice. All right, the upgrade is good. Alert bar working great. I'm guessing the upgrade went well. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Real-time updates on the Instant Weather Pro app. Let's go. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Got to keep your fish alive, says Karen. That's right. It's actually my son's fish, so he would not be happy. He has some really unique names for fish. Our first fish was called Guest 123. It's somehow Minecraft related, but anyways, our first fish was Guest 123. Well, that fish unfortunately passed away about a year ago, and now we have Guest 234. So we're like, you can name it, and that's what he wanted to name it. We're like, can we name it like Neptune or something? He's like, no, it will be Guest 234. And I'm like, all right. So I can hear the Funner Runner Funner Nunner says, check your sub pumps. I can hear mine going right now. App is working good, says Matt on our team. Awesome. Let's go. Let's go. How's everyone doing up north, you said? I don't know. It's pretty bad here. It's pretty brutal. Ryan says, fish named after router name. No, I think it's a Minecraft thing, but maybe. I think it was like Entity. I think he was watching some videos like Entity 123 or something, and then he decided to name the fish Guest 123, and now we have Guest 234. That's right. That's what my son named the fish. So, anyways, Guest 234 is toasty now. We got the warmer. He's a little beta fish, so we got to keep it like 78 degrees in his tank because got to keep him toasty. Before I was able to plug that in, he got all the way down to 70, so he's probably pretty cold. But he's all toasty again. He's good to go. Sud says, I made a storm chips emoji for YouTube. Where should I email them? You just send it to help@instantweather.ca. That's sweet. Thanks, Suds. That's awesome. Wicked. Let's see. Johnson says, way too much chit chat. Oh, Johnson wants us to get down to business here. The storm's fine. I'm watching it right now. I mean, like, you're looking at it behind me. I'm watching radar. It's all good. We're good. No worries. It's going to be lots of chit chat. That's what we do on the live stream. So we don't have a script. We have, sometimes we have 10 hours of me rambling to myself and to the comment thread. So if you're not comfortable with that, my apologies, but it's what we do here. The alternative would be like a stuffy corporate stream, and nobody wants that garbage. So I sure don't. Let me know if you want us to turn into a super stuffy corporate stream where we make really bad G-rated jokes. Let me know. Let me know in the comments if that's what you're down for. Yeah, I might bring out my guitar. I have my guitar. I'm going to tune it up. There's so many streams that I haven't. He says wasn't trying to be mean. Sorry. No, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, you know what? It's been a pretty stressful day for a lot of us. I was getting pretty snappy. I ended up apologizing. I was getting snappy earlier. I was just like, running on like 5 hours sleep, running around trying to run extension cords. My head cut off. It's been a day, so everybody gets a pass today. So no worries. It's all good. But let us know. Do we want stuffy? Do we want stuffy corporate stream? I'll start wearing a tie, right? I'll like shave. I mean, sometimes I shave, but anyways, I'll like shave. I'll wear like a tie. I'll be like, okay, so the storm has moved to the east, and if you are anywhere near Chatham-Kent, you might receive some precipitation. So if you want that, if you're down for that, that's fine. I'll do it. I'm down. I like talking like that. It's the fun radio voice. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for storm tracking. Can't take me anywhere. Radio voice Adam. Liam's laughing. Magma says you need to keep the voice. All right, we'll do like Suspicious Stu says keep it scruffy, not stuffy. All right, we'll try. Someone's asking about my son. Yeah, he's been banned. He's banned on my wife's account and on my account. It keeps trying to jump into our chat. All right. But it looks like the upgrade, we made an app upgrade live here on the stream, and it looks like it has done well. Yeah, I'm so glad I rented that generator. I would be pretty frustrated right now if I wasn't able to stream. I've had so many nightmares of like my main nightmare. I'd like never have nightmares, but my main nightmare is like there's a giant tornado heading towards Barrie. I can't notify anybody because my phone is like not working. The internet's down. It's like pulling out my hair. I'm like, no, and I can't stream because like nothing's working. Like that is my ultimate nightmare. So that's why I've gone super redundant. Like not only do we have Rogers, we've also got Bell now. We've got both internet just in case. We've got I've got a really nice battery backup, but in this particular case, because I knew it was going to be super nasty, rented the generator. Maybe I should just buy a generator. I've rented it a bunch of times. Most of the times we didn't need it. But I'm thinking maybe I should just buy a generator because the circumstance I'm not thinking about is like, what if there's a big tornado that comes through parts of Barrie and then like power's out? whether it hits here or not. If it hits near here and the power's out, then I might be in that same situation where I can't stream because I have no power. And I'm not thinking about that one. So Andrew says just buy one. Yeah, I think I might want to just get one. It would be nice to have that. Install a Generac. Oh, that would be even better. Joey's got it down. What do those run? Those are pretty expensive though, aren't they? They're like $5,000. You could probably just get like a nice generator for like less than $1,000. But $5,000 for a Generac? I don't know if I want to go that far. Suspicious Stu says, seems like a business expense. It would be a business expense, I think. I mean, if it's literally so I can live stream, then I would consider that a business expense. Buy a Honda? Yeah, probably. They're nice. A lot more than $5,000, I think, says Sid. Does anybody know what a Generac costs? They're pretty expensive. Again, we're on like the hospital grid in Barrie, so usually our power's pretty good. Usually it's pretty good. Minor rotation near Point Peely. Thanks, Dalton. I'll take a peek. Generacs are like $5,000 to $8,000. They support the whole house. Oh yeah, they use natural gas to support the whole house. We don't have any. We're all electric here. We don't have any natural gas. I mean, we can get it run, I'm sure, but Sud says $14,000 for a Generac. Okay, well I'll just get like a little gas pack. That's fine. I just want to be able to do this. This is it. I'm able to stream off a 3,500 watt generator. What more do I need than that? I don't need some fancy Generac. That's a little much. All right. He said down by Point Peely, did he? Okay, let me take a look here. Oh, are you talking about this down here? South of Point Peely? Because Point Peely is not really... Yeah, I wouldn't consider this... I mean, this is extremely weak rotation. But down here is kind of interesting. Down in, I believe that would be Ohio. Would that be Ohio? Yeah, I think so. Where's the line? Yeah, that would be Ohio. Of course, yeah, because Toledo, that's the Michigan, Ohio. Yeah. So, yeah, this is kind of interesting. But that is down in the U.S. $14,000 for a whole home Generac. That is ridiculous. $10,000 says Veronica. $15,000 says Allie. $25,000 to $30,000 says Blue Brick. I guess it depends on the size of your place, right? Yeah. GD says, anything severe heading into Southern Ontario at the moment? Way too much chit chat. Are you trolling? Did you say the same thing that Buddy just said? Way too much chit chat. Some use propane. Okay. Andrew says Generac came with the house. Oh, that's pretty cool. Chris says 4,400 at Home Depot. There's a Generac at Home Depot? We bought one 2 years ago and we paid $15,000. Wow. I mean, it would be super sweet, super nice. Strong winds in Sarnia, says Bright Forecast. Okay, that's good to know. Is the ice storm over for Peterborough? Yeah, but the problem is that this line's coming in with pretty gusty winds, and I'm worried about all the trees that are like teetering on the edge of falling down. And like, look at this line. I'm just going to animate this here for you. Look at this line coming in. That's definitely going to work its way to the east. Let me go look at some data in the background. I want to see if it's going to reach Peterborough. At some point in time, I'll play you a song. Let me know if you want to hear a tune. It's been a while. It has been a while. I'll have to play an old original. Maybe I'll play No Apologies or something. Oh, yeah, this is... Oh, no, it might break up, actually. Okay, Future Radar's trying to... Well, no, it looks like maybe a swath of it still does move in Eastern Ontario. So some of it breaks up, but some of it still moves to Eastern Ontario, so... Oh, my wife just said our power is trying to come back on. The people behind us on Grove Street have power. Okay, that's great. All right, so there's a chance there. There's a chance. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So, oh, it's an original song of mine. Yeah, I might play No Apologies. That's an original tune of mine. Let's see here. Dottie says most of the money goes to the labor of installing a Generac. Yeah, I guess it's not easy, right? They got to run a line right to your panel, right? Depending on where your panel is. So that sounds a bit tricky. Seth Manka says, "Hey Adam, have you seen the data yet for the next round of freezing rain?" Yeah. Yeah. Supposedly Wednesday there's more freezing rain. Jeez. So great. Sud says, I think you need to publish acoustic version of No Apologies on YouTube. I have one. I have like this really like tiny little like 88 subscriber account called Adam Skinner on YouTube. It has 88 subscribers. Right. And it has a recording of No Apologies, so you can go check that out. People are talking about strong winds in Sarnia. Yeah, I mean, that storm looks decent. There might even be some little hail in there. The winds are strong on Canadian radar, but it's probably somewhat elevated at this point. I don't think they'd be severe. Let me double check something in the background here. I'll see if I can see any weather stations near that area. Second here. Let me see. I want to check, see if I can find any Sarnia weather stations. Yeah, they're not really talking about strong winds. I mean, 42.5. We're not getting into severe levels. So these storms are most likely elevated. But you get, anywhere between 20 and 40 kilometer-hour wind gusts, and you bring that over where we have all this ice, all this trees just teetering on the edge of breaking, and that's going to be a big problem. That's going to be a big problem. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see here. Oh no, Patrick says, Adam, roads are starting to tighten up with ice again in Huntsville. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is a late comment, but Hoover Fletcher 2000 says, haha, no, Adam, no corporate stream. I don't know. We might want to go super corporate. What do you think? Let's see here. Oh, hail in Leamington, says Christine. Oh, is it hail? Or would it be maybe some ice pellets? No, it could actually be hail based on the fact that, yeah, I could see that. I could see some hail in there. Looks pretty gusty. There's some lightning in over Lake St. Clair at the moment. There was some lightning in Essex County earlier. And let's see what the machine learning says. There could be some hail in the Sarnia cell. The risks are low, though. I mean, 2% total severe risk, 1% severe wind risk. Risks are pretty low with this storm. So severe risk on this looks like it might be tapering off. And that's, I mean, the models are kind of saying that things would kind of ease up as it started to track into Ontario, which is good. Patrick says, anything coming towards Dwight to Minden? We got hit hard and the roads are getting icy again. On standby, waiting to go out and salt Ontario highways. I mean, there's more precipitation on the way. I mean, let's take a look at the precipitation type here. Looks like there's some freezing rain in eastern Ontario at the moment. Brockville, Smith Falls, that could be freezing rain there. As this comes in, it depends on the temperature right now. What is it? For Barrie, it's 1 degree right now, so I don't think it would be freezing rain, but maybe if it's a little bit colder to the east, it could be. We'll see. We will see, but yeah. And that graphic's a little bit back, but let's see here. I'm a bit concerned with that coming with some gusty winds heading over towards areas that have experienced the freezing rain. A bit concerned about that. Really hope everybody's staying warm. I know there's tons of people that don't have generators, that don't have power, and they're probably getting pretty cold. They're probably wearing sweaters and jackets and under blankets, just trying to stay warm. So I really, really hope everybody's staying safe. Diane says state of emergency in Muskoka. Yeah, there's quite a few areas that are having big problems. Christine said something about the power being back on in Grove Street and Barrie. How about Davidson Street? I'm not entirely sure. I just heard generally that over in the Grove Street area, there is some power. So we're a little bit further from that. We don't have power, so yeah. But we'll see. Teresa says, isn't this an early thunderstorm for breaking a record? No, we've had lots of thunderstorms before this in March. We've had tornadoes in like the middle. I think March 18th is our earliest tornadoes. Was it two different March 18th? Dr. Sills would have to clarify that for me, but there was two different March 18th that they tied for the earliest tornadoes in Ontario. And we're at March 30th, so it's not record breaking. It's definitely early, but it's not record breaking. Nadia says Mapleview has power, but we are with Electra. Yeah, I mean, I think all of Barrie is with Electra. We're with Electra as well. We're up by the hospital. No friggin' way. Ethan Campos, what's up, buddy? Dude, show them the Chairs music video. This is a former guitar student of mine, actually, and drum student. And I think he did some singing, I'm pretty sure. He comes from a very talented singing family. His sister and brother are incredible singers. Ethan Campos, what is up, buddy? How you been, man? You're probably like a full-grown man now. I used to teach you when you were just a little kid, but you're probably like a full-grown dude now. I see a Porsche 911 in your image. You riding in a Porsche? Isn't that Dad's car? It's good to see you, man. It's been too long. Say hi to your mom and your dad for me, please, and your brother and your sister. And grandma and grandpa, if they're still kicking around. It's been too long. Ethan Campos, no way. I loved going over to their place, rocking out on the drum kit, jamming out some what have we been playing? Playing some Pearl Jam, I'm pretty sure. There was Pearl Jam in there. But what am I thinking of more so? Radiohead, tons of Radiohead. Yeah, a lot. That was so much fun. It was great. It was great. I miss the teaching days. I used to teach music full time, all day. I had something like 30 students, and I would just I'd do in-home music lessons. So I'd drive around, get some Wendy's, drive around, head over to people's places, rock out with their kids. It was so much fun. I had a blast. I had so much fun teaching. It was great. Even did some, we had a couple of recitals. I think we held them at Kensington's downtown in Barrie. It was so much fun. It was great. Spot a report of a 2-foot diameter tree down in Port Huron right across the river from Sarnia. Oh, wow. Really? So, okay, those winds are coming in pretty strong then. I mean, at least maybe some really isolated strong wind gusts possible, I would think, if there is some, if we're hearing about that. And sorry, that was, you said Port Huron? Yeah, Port Huron. Let's see here. And where's that? Right across the river from Sarnia. Okay. Oh, boy. That's not good. Yeah, so some pretty strong winds possible in that line. Again, it looks like, based on the model data, it looks like they were going to be weakening as they moved into Ontario. But my main concern, for sure, is the fact that we've got this big line of precipitation. We've already had way too much precipitation, whether it's freezing rain or rain. It's just been way too much. That big line is coming in, and it's going fast, as you can see. It's moving. And it's heading, this animation goes from 7 until 8:30. So in an hour and a half, it went from Michigan to basically Chatham-Kent. It's moving pretty quick. From Windsor to Sarnia in an hour and a half. So it's not super duper fast, but it's cooking. And it's bringing some gusty winds. My main concern is as that heads towards central Ontario, we start to see areas that have been affected by this ice storm. I have a feeling we're going to see some more trees coming down. So cross your fingers, a lot of the ice is melted off these trees. I know that's not the case. There's still tons of ice on them, but oh boy. Okay, let's see here. Sorry, just going through the comments right now. Sorry, going through the comments, yada, yada, yada. Have to remove a few. Someone was asking about the U.S. Yeah, typically we defer to Ryan Hall or Max Velocity, or Evan Freiberger is great as well too. They've got the U.S. covered for severe weather coverage for sure. At this point, at some point in time we may delve deeper into that, but right now we've got our hands full with Canada. So yeah, we're definitely doing the Canadian stuff. Let's see here. And we're Canadian. So Ms. Esri says, Dr. Sillis has some intense whale's mouth photos and a shelf on Blue Sky. Oh, cool. Yeah, they got some interesting stuff. Anthony says, surprised you're streaming for this. Doesn't seem too bad outside. Yeah, I mean, it was mainly for Windsor and for extreme southwestern Essex County. There was tornado warnings, tornado watch, all leading right up to the border. So, yeah, we wanted just to make sure. We've seen it before where you got tornado warnings like right to the border, and then just as they cross into Ontario, they fizzle. And we've also seen where we think they're going to fizzle, and you get a tornado that goes right through Windsor, or a tornado that goes right through Essex County. So, when that happens, we want to be live. We want to be watching very, very carefully and closely. So. But yeah, we just upgraded our app database, so I think the app should be working pretty solid. I think so. Let me know. How's the app working? If you don't have our free app, you can download it at instantweatherapp.com. You can see the link at the bottom of the screen there, instantweatherapp.com. It's free, and it's recently upgraded. And by recently, I mean during this live stream. Yeah, it seems to be working pretty good for me. Okay, all right. Okay. I did get an alert data unavailable for one location, but for a different location, it seemed fine. Having trouble searching locations in the app, though. I don't know what's going on. Usually it's pretty good with that. Usually it's pretty good, so I don't know. Anyways, let me know. How's it going? Hey, what's going? Let me take a look at something here. Still just watching the storm very carefully, seeing if anything is too strong with this one. So far, some strong gusty winds, but they may be elevated. By elevated, we mean further off the surface, which is good. Typically, that is a good thing. Oh, yeah, thunder. Oh, excuse me. Angie says, yeah, those other streamers don't cover our weather, with an angry face. You know what? They've got their hands full. I mean, the U.S. has 1,200 tornadoes per year. So they've got their hands full. I don't, I don't envy having to deal with that magnitude of severe weather. It's unbelievable. They have way, 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 way more severe weather south of the border. So, yeah, I'm not upset with them for not covering Canada. That's okay. They can just send them up here and I'll cover it. That's all good. No biggie. We've been doing it for a long time. We've been live streaming in Ontario and Canada and Alberta and Saskatchewan and Manitoba and even sometimes out east. We've been doing that since 2015. And I think the first big streamer in the States is Ryan Hall. He started in 2021 or 2022. So, 7 years later after we started streaming. So we're the OGs. It's funny, people say like, "Oh, you're like the Canadian Ryan Hall," and I'm like, "Well, he's kind of the American Adam Skinner," but either or, it's all good. He's blown up though. What is his YouTube channel at? Like 1 million point something. It's pretty monstrous. And you know what? He does a great job. And Max Velocity does a fantastic job too. Ryan Freiberger. Ryan's great. Sorry, Evan Freiberger. Evan's great. We've had some really good chats with him. He's been excellent. And not to mention like Reed Timmer, he's like the GOAT of all storm chasers. He's unbelievable. That guy's got a pair of brass necks. He's a pretty brave guy. I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't died yet. It's been the stuff that he's done has been insane. So, But look at the videos he's got. It's unbelievable. So, and he knows what he's doing. He's got a PhD in meteorology. He's no slouch. He's worked really hard for it. So good on Reed. Actually, if it wasn't for Reed, I probably would have got into this, but I don't know if I would have got into it as soon. It was really me watching the show Storm Chasers on Discovery Channel back in 2008, and I was like, or 2008, 2009, and I was just like, I need to know more about this. That's pretty much where it came from. Watching Tim Samaras and the Twist X team, rest in peace. They unfortunately passed away in the largest, one of the largest, most powerful tornadoes of all time, which is El Reno, 2013, May 31st, 2013. And that tornado was on May 31st, which Barry got hit by an F4 on May 31st in 1985. So that all kind of came together, and it was pretty wild. But anyways, yeah, it was pretty intense. Let's see here. PB says, any plans for a podcast audio only version of the stream? I put my phone in the glove box so I'm not tempted to watch the stream and just listen via the sound, the Bluetooth to my radio while driving. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we could. I don't know if can you do real-time podcasts? I don't think there's live podcasts. That would just be basically YouTube. Most people just do that on YouTube, wouldn't they? I don't think there's live. I don't think you can go to the Apple Podcast app and listen to something live. I don't think so. But if that happens, I'm down with it for sure. Maybe on Spotify, says Lizzie. Yeah, maybe. Ryan says, what do you expect Wednesday across the province? Well, there's a risk for freezing rain. Environment Canada is talking about a risk for freezing rain in central Ontario again, and eastern Ontario and northeastern Ontario. So, oof. Weathercat says Brandon Kopic said that one day he'll come and chase storms in Canada. Cool. He'd probably end up going up to Saskatchewan or Manitoba, though. That's usually where they go. Not a lot of them come to Ontario, because Ontario is kind of in the States, there's an area called Dixie Alley, and it's basically like Ontario. Fast moving storms, lots of trees, lots of hills, lots of bodies of water, lots of population. Pretty much the worst storm chasing conditions of all time would be Ontario, and Dixie Alley. There's a lot of storm chasers that won't chase Dixie Alley because it's just too many trees, too many hills. You dip down under a hill and you're covered by trees, and you can't even see if there's a tornado coming or not. Those are scary times. I've been through a few of those. Those are scary times. So yeah, a lot of them will stay in the prairies where you can see your dog run away for 3 days, so you can really see far. You can see if there's a wall cloud. You can see if there's a funnel cloud from such a huge distance because it's so flat. So that's and typically storms there move slower. There's Kansas videos where there's a tornado in a field and it's moving at 4 kilometers an hour. Here they're moving at. There's sometimes the storm. I always get into the tornado that threw the horse stable at me. That storm was moving at 122 kilometers an hour forward motion. 122 kilometers per hour. You can't even barely keep up with it on a 400 series highway, and we're trying to drive on 80 kilometer an hour little back kind of highways near Shelburne and Melancton, and yeah, we just got ran over by it. So, ay. Anywho, that's how it goes. Let's see here. Just going through. Lizzie says you can live stream on Spotify via the Spotify Live. Oh, that's cool. Well, that's something worth looking into. That'd be interesting. A lot of the time I'm look at this thing on the radar. So I don't know if that translates well to a podcast, but maybe if I keep reminding myself to explain what I'm seeing, verbally, that might not only be good for the podcast, but that might just be helpful for everybody watching. That's an interesting concept. So yeah, it could be cool. But yeah, I don't like the fact that these are bringing gusty winds over to areas that have seen substantial icing. That part I do not like. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam. I am. Yeah, I've read too many books from Dr. Seuss. Fog advisory issued for Barrie. Near zero visibility is being experienced. Yeah, it's super, super, super foggy out right now. Pretty wild. Ms. Esri says, I think for many seeing help. Oh, for many seeing help would help, but I'd welcome a podcast about past events or different weather that happens in Canada. Yeah, that would be cool too. It'd be cool to do some like historical stuff. Descriptive audio can be done for users to help with accessibility. Yeah, that's a good point, Justine. For accessibility or just in general, just for me to really explain what I'm seeing would be helpful. Instead of being like, oh, there's some rotation, and then I just move on. People are like, well, wait, what? What do you mean rotation? You know, sometimes I just assume y'all know what I'm talking about, but you might not. You might not. See, the winds right now look insane, but I think these are elevated. I mean, on radar, 95 kilometers an hour, but I think these winds are elevated. But there still could be some pretty strong wind gusts on this. Just moving now into Chatham-Kent area, does not look as strong down here. Definitely looks way more windy to the north. That's an interesting little pocket right here near Croton. Is it Croton? Florence, Huff's Corners, Rutherford, northeast of Dresden. If you're in that area, let me know what those winds are like, because they look pretty darn gusty. What's Tilt 2 look like? Yeah, interesting. There's an interesting little pocket of... On radar, it says, 97.92 kilometers an hour right there. But probably elevated. And by elevated, I mean higher up off the surface. Amazing Person 3409 says, was watching radar when the ice storm started and was surprised to see an elevated supercell in North Michigan with rotation and surface temps below freezing. Drop some dime-size hail, too. It happens. It's rare. And there has been tornadoes at 0 Celsius and maybe slightly below 0 Celsius, which is unbelievable. But, yeah, it's happened. Brenda says she's been around since 2015. Oh, awesome. Great. That's cool. Icy says, Wallaceburg going to be hit hard tonight. Adam, seeing a lot of lightning around Chatham. You're going to see the storm, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be too substantial. We'll see. Could be gusty. Cooper says, what do you expect for Sudbury overnight? I'm confused if it's going to be widespread freezing rain like down south or mainly ice pellets and snow. That's a good question. That's always a question mark. You know, even leading up to this event, we're like, is this going to be all freezing rain? Is it going to be a lot of ice pellets? We thought ice pellets maybe to the northeast area. Environment Canada has you in an ice risk, but will it be ice pellets or will it be freezing rain? I'm not sure. But they've got you in an ice risk for tomorrow. I mean, these could be strong winds potentially. Right here, if anybody near Florence or Cairo, Aberfeldy, this is areas north of Thamesville, south of Petrolia, or the stuff that just went through Petrolia, basically, and it's going through those areas. Let me know what you're experiencing with that. Suspicious Deuce says it's windy, pouring, and thundering in Dresden. Okay. All right. That's good to know. And so it is windy. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like... sorry, some comments are interesting. Let's see here. Kara says, received the special weather statement from some weather. Awesome. Yeah, we don't need an ice tornado going through those areas. That would be bad. I don't think that's happening. The Blue Brick became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Let's see here. Garrett, IIW is the best. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Person in the mirror says, just gave in and lit candles in the main rooms of the house. Now our power has finally come on. Going to wait to see if that stays that way. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be great if it warmed up the house. That's excellent. Great news. Catherine says, don't forget to give the live stream a thumbs up, a like. We would really appreciate that if you did that. That helps a lot. Helps with the algorithm. We're all at the mercy of the algorithm. Weathercat says, Adam, would you ever do a meetup more into the GTA area one day? Yeah, sure. I'd like to go on a tournado. Is what I brainstormed this idea called Tournado, and it was like going around playing like concerts and doing meetups, like across Canada. It'd be sweet. That'd be awesome. But yeah, it'd be fun to do GTA. Oh, yeah. I joined a new band, actually. At the age of 41, I joined a rock band. So I used to be a self-proclaimed rock star back in the day. I had a band called Atlantis Blueprint, and that was a lot of fun. But that kind of fizzled. We did some great stuff. We opened for like Finger 11 and Thornley and the Trues and Bedouin Sound Clash, Colin James, and a ton of different big artists. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. And that was basically my 30s, my late 20s into my 30s was that time. And then I kind of like put it down for about a decade. But you know what I did? I put it down for 10 years and I just grinded to build instant weather. I just grinded to build instant weather for a decade. But then my buddy Anthony, who, if you know Rinaldi Salon, downtown Barrie, he was like, hey, I got a rock band. You know, you're not playing anymore. You should totally be playing, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I'm like, no, I don't think, maybe, no. And I kind of like hummed and hawed for, a year or two. And then his guitar player hurt his hand, so I had to fill in for a couple shows. And then I had a great time. I was like, you know what, this was a lot of fun. So let's do it. So anyway, I joined a band. We're called Face the Lion. So if you're on Instagram or Facebook, search up Face the Lion. I think you might want to add Barry to that, but if you could give us a like, we'd appreciate that. And we actually have a big show coming up in August, but I can't tell you about it yet. But opening up for a big artist in August, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. So that'll be cool. Yeah, and my team's already preparing for it. They're like, "What if there's bad weather that day? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna stream? Like, how are you gonna do this?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, we always have Liam, and we've got Brennan, and we've got Alana, and if I did have to play a show, it would be like for an hour. So I could stream up to the point of the show, go play the show, and then come back after or something like that. So we'll figure it out. Hopefully there's no severe weather that day, but you never know. But but check out Melissa says Face the Lion is on Spotify. Is that the one? Yeah, if they have a song called like Dig No More, that's one of my favorite songs they play, Dig No More, or Living Scared or Dig No More. Look up those two songs. If that's the one, then that's Face the Lion. Yeah, Anthony's got a great voice. Fantastic lead singer, is incredible. So I'm doing like harmonies with him, and I'm like the lead guitar player now. So a lot of fun. That's great. That's great. Trying to be a 40-year-old rock star. It's fun. Melissa says, "Yep, that's them." Awesome. Yeah, no, he's got some great songs. Anthony's like, he really feels this. Every song has a story. He's not just throwing lyrics together. There's a deep-seated story. A lot of it is pain and heartache and all these different things he's dealt with. So he's a really, really fantastic lyric writer and a fantastic songwriter. So it's been a great pleasure. Everybody in the band is awesome though. The drummer Nick is great, and Darren, the bass player, is amazing. So it's been a lot of fun. Ethan Campos back. He's still here, ladies and gentlemen. Ethan Campos is still in the house. Atlantis Blueprint was legit. Thanks, buddy. We had a lot of fun, man. That was a lot of fun. That was great. Yeah, we opened up for. I remember one time we opened up for David Wilcox. That was so much fun. It was like for was it called Beaver Fest or something? I think it was put on by the Rotary. Anyways, yeah, it was so much fun. But yeah, pretty wild. It was awesome. So you know what? I said I was going to play a song. I did say I was going to play a song at some point in time. So maybe I should crack out my acoustic and tune it. Let me know. Let me know if I should crack out the acoustic and play. I'll play an old acoustic original for you. The problem is this mic is very directional. I used to have the microphone like the bigger, remember like the big gold one I had? It was omnidirectional, so it would like pick up my guitar really good. But this one is very directional, so it might not pick up the tong. It might not pick up, I was going to say song, but that's not even what I meant. It might not pick up the guitar that well, so we'll see. I do want to keep an eye on these storms, though, so let me know what you're experiencing. Are you getting any strong winds here? It looks like there could be some strong winds near Alvinston. Maybe a little bit of hail here you can see in purple on Instant Weather Pro near Warwick. Could be some hail in there and some pretty darn strong winds. I mean, radar says 95 kilometers an hour, 97, but I don't think we're seeing that at the surface. I think the surface is going to be less than that, but it's still going to be pretty darn windy. And when these storms potentially, hopefully they break up, they're kind of starting to break up a bit. But if they reach central Ontario and they bring with it some gusty winds, man, the trees are already on their last breath. And I feel bad for the trees. Oh, the huge cedars fell against the house today. And then I looked on the ground and like in the cedars was like a squirrel. And he was just like in shock. He's like, what just happened? Like his whole home in our cedars like fell to the ground and he just rode it all the way down. He's just like, And I hope he's okay. He seemed like he was fine. He just seemed like he was stunned. Oh, man. It was brutal. And the huge maple came down. Thankfully missed our shed. We have a shed back there. Just missed it. But the huge maple from our neighbor's yard came down and crashed into the cedars at the back and like knocked them forward. And so they're like sitting in the middle of the yard. The cleanup is going to be insane. I don't even want to think about it yet. The cleanup is going to be insane. Oh, man. I wonder, do I have my pictures? Let me see. I'm going to send you want to see some of this stuff? I'll show you what I'm dealing with here. Let me know in the comments if you want to see the tree damage that I filmed today. I'll send it to myself and I'll load it up here on the stream. Do I have pictures of it? Let me see. I know I took video of it, but I don't know if I have pictures of it. Let me see. This picture would work good. Okay, let me send this to myself. I think I can. All right, does anybody else do this? I literally send things to myself in my Messenger. Like I find my own name in Messenger, like Facebook Messenger, and I send myself stuff there. That's where I send myself videos there all the time, like funny videos I see. I've created this giant thread of that I never look at. It is such a waste. It's like I'm like, oh, I'll have to remember that. So I'll send it to myself, and then I'll never look at my Messenger thread. It becomes too much of a problem to look at. Jess says sometimes it's easier than Yeah, I do that. Yeah, it's me in Discord. Says Nightburn. Yeah, I sent it to myself. I bet you if I finally went and looked through there, there'd be a lot of cool stuff. But I literally never look in there. Gusty wind in Chatham. I'm getting a report from Patricia on our team. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, I've sent the photo to me, so now I can load it up on my computer and I can bring it into the stream. So, okay, where the heck? 1 second here. Where's Messenger on my computer? That's right. Oh, I can see it right here. Okay, I sent a photo to myself. Okay, save image as. Good enough. Okay, man, let me load it up on the stream here. So. New image in OBS. There it is. Okay. Yeah, okay. Where did it go? What? I thought I loaded it. Okay, new image. There it is. All right. So let me zoom this down. So these were not here before. This was not here before. Those were like back further and really tall. And they all snapped and fell against the house. That was loud when that came down. I mean, it's not like a huge maple or something coming down. But you see this one at the bottom here? I was going to be running a cable. That one fell from the very, very, very top. And so I was like, they're starting to lean. It's not great. And I was going to be running a cable from the generator basically right under that into the window well down into the window. And then I went inside for like 20 minutes, came back out, and that was right there. And like if I was like bent over in the window well, like trying to feed the cable and that thing came down on me, that would have been bad. But thankfully I wasn't there when that happened. But yeah, this whole cedar, it's done. It's toast. It's going to have to go. So that sucks. Oh, well, so that's it. I know it's, you know what, though? I'm complaining, but it's way worse. Like, we had to go to Canadian Tire today because it was open. So we went to Canadian Tire, and we were driving down, and there was just streets blocked, and these people had these huge old mature trees, and they were just, like, everywhere. They're, like, their whole front yard was just covered in trees. So it sounds like some people have it worse than we do. Canadian Timbit says, ooh, did somebody say a weather Discord? Yeah, we have. So we've got this Discord, and we were actually getting it ready to like launch publicly to have everybody join the Discord, but we ended up putting that on hold a little bit because we were dealing with such heavy-duty moderation of our storm reports groups. I mean, Ontario Storm Reports is at like, what, like 490,000 people? We have to like maintain that. It's quite an undertaking, but we really, really like to get a Discord going. Heather says, I keep getting ads in the middle of the live stream. Brennan, do you know what the settings are at? I think we've got like toned the settings down to the least amount of ads possible. Yeah, but I don't know. I think if you become a member, or do you get ads? I'm not sure. If you subscribe to be a member, do you get ads? I don't know. But I think you might have to subscribe to YouTube to get ad-free. Teresa says, just glad you and the family are safe. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just glad we're okay. And like, we don't want to let the dog out because they're like, they'll just like run underneath like trees falling. So we're like putting their little harness on and like walking them out the front. Yeah. Caitlin says a Discord for pro users only. That would be cool. That could be cool. That could be a start. We could start there and see how it goes. That could be interesting. Canadian Timbit says, yeah, that's a lot of people to moderate. Yeah, it sure is. That's one group. We've got like 150,000 people in Alberta. We've got, tens of thousands of people in Saskatchewan, tens of thousands of people in Manitoba. And then we've got all of our pages. If you add all of it up, it's like 2 or 3 million. It's unbelievable. I'm super grateful for it, but it's a lot of moderation. There's a lot of moderation for that. Caitlin says Discord for subscribers only. Yeah, you know what the upside of that is, there would be probably next to no moderation to be done. Like if you're subscribing to Instant Weather Pro, or you're subscribing to the app, or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, chances are you're not going to go in there and cause problems. That's usually the case. It's all the spam and the scams and all that crap that requires the moderation. And some people just going in there and not being very friendly. That's the nicest way I could say it. I was going to use some other choice words, but let's just go with not being quite friendly. Let's go with that. Oh, man. Amazing Person 3409 is always coming with great news. The Her and the Nam are showing strong wind gusts of 70 to 80 kilometers an hour in the Dundalk Highlands, where there's already significant icing and downed trees. Any broken tree limbs could be easily knocked down. Yeah, for folks that think like no more trees are going to come down, if we're talking 70 to 80 kilometer an hour winds, now those are at 10 meter, right? So if it's elevated, maybe that's not reaching the surface. But if you got 80, 10 meter up, you could probably even have 40, 50, 60, maybe 70 on the surface. It's not great. Evan says, may you please check up on the ice storm in Massey. There's nothing really more going on. There's not that much freezing rain going on. Maybe a little bit in eastern Ontario right now, near basically Ottawa region down towards Kingston, and in between this and Smith Falls. These areas in purple could be seeing some freezing rain, and there's a little bit of freezing rain maybe over Bruce Peninsula and some kind of near the Sudbury area possibly. But the main risk is going to be these storms coming in from southwestern Ontario, moving directly into and bringing more precipitation, which we don't need. So a little bit more flooding risk, and they're bringing any wind gusts at all. There's going to be trees falling like crazy. There's already been trees falling like crazy, but the trees that are like, I made it. I'm not going to fall. I swear I'm not going to fall. And then you put like a 50, 60 kilometer an hour wind gust behind that tree, it's coming down. Weathercat says, Adam, we need merch, Squirrel Depot, Bookend Vortex, and other instant weather memes. We definitely do. I agree. 100%. Definitely do. Okay. Sandra says, sounds like generators all around Bob Cajun. Yeah, you typically, if you live out there, if you live out in rural areas, typically you have a generator because, the power is intermittent all the time. Whereas I live in like the middle of a very populated city, but usually you're like, probably don't need a generator. But in this case, I think it's about time. If I took all the money I've taken from renting them over the year from the ice storms, probably put that together. Ethan said with a Generac handle quake. I hope so. You know what? Right there, that's it. That's the breaking point. Play some video games on the Generac. Oh, Ms. Esri says we do have merchandise. We do have merchandise. There's no memes on it, but we do have merchandise. So if you go to instantweatherinc.com/merch, you can find our merchandise. But yeah, we want to add some fun. We want to add some fun stuff too, like Squirrel Depot, all of the different memes. There you go. Suds is thinking. Instant weather sponsored by Generac. Now you're thinking now. That's you got something there. Better if you're with Generac, give me a call. Give me a call. I'll trade you some storm chips for a Generac. No problem. Hey, Justin? No worries. Oh, storm chips we're going to need. We need storm jammies. We talked about storm jammies years ago. We never did them. So I think Atlanta was actually looking into storm jammies. And then a bunch of people emailed us too. And they're like, we could help you make storm jammies. Got to get the storm jammies going. Anyways, all right. I think it's time to play a tune. And then probably going to shut down the stream just so I can ease up on the gasoline usage on this generator a little bit here. But I think, as far as severe thunderstorm risk is going for deep southwestern Ontario, I think it's easing up, which is good. The tornado risk seems like it's unlikely at this point, which is great news. But my main concern still remains and has always remained with this line is that it's heading right towards Ice Town over here, and we've got problems. We've got problems with if that brings some winds. Yeah, we've got problems. So. Oh, boy. Miss Esri says, save the generator. I just refilled it, so it's got tons of gasoline in there. But let's see. I'm going to crack out my guitar here. Give me a second. It's been a while. It's been a while. I got to stretch it out. Hold on. Everybody stretch it out. It's been a while. Well, we've been live streaming for 2 hours. All right, everybody stretch. Come on. Everybody stretch it out. That's right. If you're, looking down at your phone, don't, lift your phone up. Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, which pick? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that picture beside me on Ontario Storm reports in Peterborough. Peterborough got wrecked hard. Oh, boy. Yeah, we're just refreshing the Ontario Storm reports there. Look at that report. And which one were you talking about? Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's that storm coming in. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a decent little shelf on it. For March. Decent shelf for March, for sure. Oh, boy. It's been quite an event, folks. We hate being right when it's like this. Like Brennan made that post and he said, if there's any forecast we'd like to not verify, it's going to be this one. Oh, boy. Let's see here. But that's not the case. It looks like it's verified pretty darn good. Or bad, depending on your perspective. Let me bring this down. Nice thing about noise canceling is you probably can't hear my guitar tuning. Let me just tilt this mic a bit. Let me know in the comments. Can you hear my guitar tuning or is the noise canceling destroying it? Play Freebird solo. Oh, yeah. I'll get right on that. Someone said, can you play Riders on the Storm? Oh, you can't hear the tuning? Nice. Yeah. Yeah. That's, I'm going to play a tune, Jennifer. Riders on the Storm. I was going to do Riders on the Storm for a video on TikTok, but then I realized if you have a commercial account, you can't use those kind of songs. The tech deck guy says, will be a snow day tomorrow. Let me show you the map. Brennan, do you want to go full screen here? This is Brennan's ice day forecast. And yeah, so if you're in the purple, you're already canceled. If you're in pink, our best guess is that you're going to have a cancellation. If you're in red, pretty good chance. If you're in orange, 50-50. If you're in yellow, maybe. It's happened before where we went yellow and they still had cancellations. So, And if you are in blue or green or gray, chances are pretty slim. All right. Okay, let me see here. Turn off my noise canceling for one. That will help you actually hear the guitar. And let's see here. Can you hear that? Probably. Let me turn the mic up a bit here. I don't want to overmodulate it, but I want to get it up. See. Check, check, 1, 2. Blah. Can you hear that? Let me know if you hear that guitar. I need new strings on this thing. They're getting rough. Getting a little rough. Kimmy says intermittently. Oh, yeah, you know what? Oh, barely. Okay. All right. I have an idea. I've got this expander on that's probably not helping it. How about now? Let's see. Can you hear it? Oh, you know what? I've got StreamYard noise canceling on. Aha. That's right. Aha. Now I have a feeling you might be. Let me turn my audio up a little bit too. Let's go to 200 and see how that sounds. Let's try that now. How about this? Can you hear that? Yeah? Perfect now. Better? All right. Let's try it out. Here we go. Let's take one of these headphones out so I can actually hear myself sing. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I haven't sang this in a while. I will not apologize for anything I've done. There's no regrets with who I was, who I have become. It seems strange when I look in the mirror. Future's fuzzy, but it's getting clearer. And I will not be saying sorry. No way I'm saying so. Summer, spring, winter, fall. I can't believe I've done them all. Every time, look outside, it's something new. And everyone tries to tell me every day's the same. They've got no one but themselves to blame. All right. I will not apologize for anything I've said. There is no one else but me stuck inside this head. And it seems strange when I look in the mirror. Future's fuzzy, but it's getting clearer. And I will not be saying sorry. No way I'm saying so. Summer, spring, winter, fall. I can't believe I've done them all. Every time I look outside, it's something new. Everyone tries to tell me every day's the same. They've got no one but themselves to blame. Ooh, come on, sing it with me. Ooh, 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 Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Kylie. That's an old one. That's an old Atlantis Blueprint song. Going out to Ethan Campos, my former student, and I would consider him a friend. He's a good dude. So, Ethan Campos, that's right. Going out to Ethan, going out to the Camposes in general. That's right. The whole Campos crew. That's for you. Old Atlantis Blueprint song there for you. Ethan, he's still here. Perfect. Fadeaway cover was also a banger. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. That whole music video was fun. Yeah. Thank you kindly. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Oh boy, it's been a day. It's been nice to sing after all that chaos. Whoa. Seth Manka says, have you seen the Hydro One outage map? It's really starting to show how bad it is. The number of outages is crazy. Yep, it's pretty wild. So it's pretty wild. What can you do? Thank you so much, everybody. I really sincerely appreciate it. Appreciate all of your support. Let's just take a look at these storms really quick, actually. Hold on. Let me just jump back to radar. Starting to kind of pick it up a little bit again, just a bit. The percentages are a little bit stronger here. 6% total severe risk on IW Storm Risk here on Instant Weather Pro. And if we go down here, 5%, just a little bit stronger on the latest data. So strong winds there, though. If these strong winds continue, it's going to be pretty rough. Habs coming in with another super chat. That is unprecedented. Second super chat for the Serenade Zeppelin cover. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. That's it. I'll do that. That's all I'll do for now. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it, though. I'm still going to be watching radar just to see what's going on here. I'm genuinely concerned when some of these stronger wind gusts reach areas that have significant icing, that we're going to see a lot more trees fall. So if you think the tree falling is done, please don't be underneath the trees at this point. I'm always worried about folks. They're just like walking down the street. All these trees are just dangling above their heads. And I'm like, they don't realize how fast it goes from, and they have nowhere to run. And that's when dangerous things happen. So pretty please do not always look up. If you're going to walk around anywhere, look up and say, could this thing fall on me? And if it can, there was on Bayfield Street in Barrie, there was a guy walking down the street, and these huge chunks of ice are coming off the power lines. One landed literally like 2 feet from the guy. Just, and then he started going like, oh, maybe I should look up. I drove by him. I rolled down the window and I was like, I'd keep looking up, buddy. Like, you know, keep paying attention, because a big chunk of ice comes down and lands on you. It's not great. It's not going to be great. So Sandra coming in as a new YouTube member. We sincerely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you kindly. Sherry says, do you follow Max Velocity? Yeah, Max is great. He's awesome. He covers the U.S. Amazing. We really like Evan Freiberger as well, too. He's actually a friend of the page, friend of Instant Weather. And we recommend Evan Freiberger, and he's always sending people back our way as well, too. So, but Max Velocity, Ryan Hall, Evan Freiberger, of course, Reed Timmer. You know, there's so many incredible storm trackers down south of the border there that, you know, so definitely, if you're watching Storm stateside, then definitely follow those guys. They're amazing. Let's see here. Just going through. Bricksta, did you put away the guitar? I did. Yeah, I put away the guitar, and he said no. That's all good. There'll be next time. No worries. No worries. I'll try to polish up some old tunes so I can play more. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it. I'll still be watching closely. Of course, I'm here in Barrie, and it's pretty nasty out. So I think I'll take once I shut down my computer, then I'll have all that extra power to be able to light up another space heater, so we can make the house a bit warmer. Everybody's covered up in blankets and wearing lots of sweaters right now. So once I shut down the computer, we'll have a little bit more room on the generator to warm this place up. So. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. I sincerely appreciate it. And hopefully everybody's staying safe, staying warm. And when this wind comes through, I'm genuinely concerned with more trees coming down. So that's what we have to deal with. But hey, that's what keeps things interesting around here. So huge thank you to all of the frontline workers, all of the hydro workers that are like out there, you know, risking their lives to give us power. So we sincerely appreciate it. Huge thank you to them. Everybody give them a round of applause. I mean, like, I could not imagine the the intensity, like the bravery required to be up on a huge lift, trying to like get the power back on when everything's arcing and all the ice is swaying above your head. Like, can you imagine? It's just like, you got to be brave for that stuff. Holy. Dottie says, oh, you have no heat or not enough? Well, no, we don't have power. So we're running off a generator. So we have a couple of space heaters. We might need to go get another one, but we have a couple space heaters, but I only let them use one right now because it's actually pretty cold in here. It's only 18 Celsius. Actually, the computer generates a lot of heat. So this room went from 14 Celsius to 18 during the live stream, but my hands are still pretty cold. But 18 is not too bad. I'm sure there's, I can't be complaining because I know there's people that have no power. They have no generator and their house is probably like getting close to freezing right now. So, thank you so much to everybody. And again, we hope everybody's power comes on soon. Everybody stays safe, and we'll talk to you very soon. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Brennan. Thank you, Alana. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Liam. Thank you, everybody on the team. Kyle, Cody, Kyle. We have multiple Kyles. Actually, I always like to do this. Let me go. I'll run through the list here. Alana, Brennan, Cody, Cole, Dee, Dominic, Kyle, Leslie, Liam, Lindsay, Matt, Miranda, Patricia, Sarah, and Teresa. Thank you so much to everybody on the team. Sincerely appreciate it. Thanks to our dev team that actually upgraded our database real time during this live stream, which is amazing. So thank you to everybody who makes this all possible. And we'll be watching. I'll continue to watch Radar. I got my iPad with everything loaded up. If there's anything intense, then I'll send some stuff out. But thank you so much, everyone. Have yourself a wonderful night, and we will talk to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.